Today, I'm going to show you the Bounty Hunter tank build. Welcome back to another Bit Legends video. Let's get right to it so this one doesn't take too long. All right, fellas. So here's the deal. As you can tell, if you've been watching me, I have been doing a lot of testing and playing around with the Bounty Hunter line. I'm very happy with it, honestly. I think it's an amazing build, and it's definitely potential to be best in the game. I'm going to show you a Kung Fu Master tank that I'm also liking a ton in theory, and I'm planning on testing it live very soon. So basically what it comes down to is if in the future we get really good tank weapons, then it's going to make getting a lot of SP important. And if we're getting good weapons, good skills, then having all that SP really matters. But as it is right now, all the weapons in the game that I've really seen are really DPS weapons. And if your DPS is doing a ton of damage, you might get one attack per fight, maybe even no attacks per fight. So having a ton of SP doesn't really matter too much. This is very strong. This is good for pushing new content when you're doing a lot of manual, because you're going to have your ultimate ability, and that is going to save your butt, whether you're doing solo through the campaign or whether you're trying to manual through raids as you push into a new tier and things like that. But if manual is not your go-to, if you just prefer to auto as much as possible, definitely take a look at the Kung Fu Master build that should be going up right after this one. So there you go. So I'll do Bounty Hunter first, Kung Fu next, and then I do have a amazing Bounty Hunter DPS build that I am loving. And then maybe someday I will be able to pull out an engineer build that that will make people happy, but I'm still working on that one. So let's get at it. Pretty straightforward. You are going to start off in the survive line. You're going to start off, get that beautiful damage reduction, and then you're going to go up to the second talent, which is one of the most fun talents in the game. When damage taken, you're going to gain 10 SP, so that is 1 pip, and you're probably getting hit at least 3 or 4 times before you get a chance to attack. So that means that you're probably going to have full SP all the time. And then you're going to drop down to preparation. Preparation is an amazing talent for DPS as well as for tank players. It's nice to start off with a little boost of SP, but the main reason a tank is getting this is because it's going to help you fill up so you can get into the next lines. You want to get block. So you need prep before you can get block, and of course you're going to get block, and then you're going to go for adversity, so that's going to give you a good amount of damage reduction the lower your health gets, so that adds up quite nicely. But the problem is, if you're full health and something nasty is going to punch you right in the face and hit you for 1 billion damage, you're going to get one shot, and this talent's not going to help you at all. So this is nice. It's definitely worth 1 point, but keep that in mind. And then you're going to have to go up to get to the healed effect to get enough points to get your urgent recharge. Healed effect is actually good. That means the heals that you receive, you're going to get 20% more healing when you max this thing out. You do not need to max it out, I don't think. Yeah, since you're getting adversity, you don't need to go 10 out of 10 in this one. You can go 9 out of 10, and then that will unlock urgent recharge. Urgent Recharge is a great ability. The only downside of Urgent Recharge is that the autopilot does not use Urgent Recharge. Doesn't use it. Doesn't use class abilities. None of the class abilities that we've seen or tested have been used by the autopilot. I'm assuming that's intended. If it gets changed in the future, that makes this a whole lot more shiny and nice. But as it is, it's a good ability. It takes 2.5 pips of SP. So with all the SP that you're getting from this build, you're going to be able to use this a ton. But like I said, the SP is only as good as your weapon. And if your DPS is just chewing through stuff so fast that you're never getting a chance to get an attack off, then it doesn't really matter how much SP you have unless there's some sort of item in the future. Maybe they add a set item or a mythic item that gives you damage reduction when you have full SP or something. That would really make this build pop off, but still good. Let's drop to the second line. Also, the urgent recharge only helps you, does not help your team, so keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to pick up dodge because dodge is awesome. We're going to get speed because we have to. Now, speed is not horrible on a tank. Yes, I would prefer a defensive ability. But like I said, if you're not getting any turns in, you can't cast your abilities. You can't use that SP, so speed will hopefully help you get a little bit there. We're grabbing crit because we have to, not because we want to, but we need to get over here and unlock Hawkeye Reflex. Hawkeye Reflex is good. It is not great. It is good. The way it reads is the way that it works. This is not a cheat death, so if you get one shot, this ability will do nothing for you. If you have 100% health and you get knocked down to 50% health, and then you get knocked down and killed, this will do nothing for you. Does that make sense? So it's very nice if you're in the, if you're in the area, you want to say, hey, you want to pick up Hawkeye for 1 point, it's definitely worth it. But I was hoping that maybe this was worded incorrectly from a translation and it actually was a cheat death. I knew the chances were low, but I was very hopeful. So like I said, this is good, but it is not great. And it does not make the build, but it's nice to have. Drop down here, diversion, getting more reflect is always amazing. Very great talent there. And then honestly, you can get whatever you want after that point. Actually, what I would suggest is save your points. Do not level up anymore and start putting your extra experience tomes into another class or just mess around with it or whatever. But I would mess around with Gale just for the fun of it. It's not optimal because you're getting so much SP. It doesn't matter if you dodge and get SP. But whatever, it sounds fun and I kind of want to mess around with it. What you really could do is instead of getting any of these things, you probably should just hop back up and get the hit points instead. Either get those hit points or even better, get universal. Universal is good. It gets you more value. So instead of getting 0.5 hit points, you're going to get 3.7% hit points, but you're also going to get damage, and that adds up to like, what, 7? So, yeah, something like that. So you're getting more value out of this one than you would over here, even though it's damage. Damage should make your pet heal more, but that is yet to be tested. So there you go, quick and dirty. That is the build. This is a great build. I have used it. If you are doing manual, I think it's great because you get that urgent recharge. That's very helpful. And in the future, if they release any sort of really strong tank weapons that have your really strong skills in them, then having a ton of SP might be very, very important. But very fun build, very exciting. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.